And so try to remember that. Yes, when you are in the middle of the argument, it can be difficult to go back, and that's why emotional intelligence is really important. And so just try to remind yourself that you are a team. Just remember that all the time, because you are a team, in fact. So you are in a relationship, and you want to learn how to fight fair. You want to learn how to fight, how to handle conflicts in a respectful ways, and to make sure that just because you're mad or just because there is something that is not working, your couple is not at risk. So if that's the case, keep watching. Hi, my name is Amina. I'm a life coach, and I'm here to offer you some tips, give you a different perspective, and answer some questions you might have. So if you have questions or video suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you like what I do here, please subscribe, like, and share, and help me spread the word. Okay, so I have a few tips that I want to give you when it comes to solving your challenges, conflict resolution in a relationship. So I am not married, so I have some experience, and I also asked a few people that I know that are married, and I've gathered some testimony online from other couples. So yeah, the list could be a lot longer, but because I want to stick to 5 points, so that's what I'm gonna talk about. But you can find other ideas as well. So my point number 1 is stay in the current fight. So even when we are mad at somebody, and we are arguing, we tend to want to win, and so we are capable of talking about previous issues, and instead of just talking about the one issue that is currently happening, we want to grab other stuff and then bring them in the present, because we want to win. We want to show the person that, you know what, I'm gonna get you. But what's the point of that? So if you want to make sure that you're fighting fair and you are acting for the good of the relationship, stay in the current fight. Talk about the issue you have right now. Don't drag other stuff into the arguments. You don't need to do that right now. So my point number 2 is stay respectful. When the heat is intensifying, we can tend to become disrespectful, and that's because we want to win, and at some point it feels like, oh, the other person is winning over us. They have better arguments, or they, even if they are not arguing, but they're just presenting the facts. And because we are solely interested in winning, we forget to still treat them with respect. We forget to still treat them as the person we love, and we should never lose sight of that, because one word can make the other person leave you. It can make the other person quit, or even if they stay, they won't trust you anymore, because they know what you're capable of doing just because you want to win. And so stay respectful. You don't need to scream. You don't need to become violent. This is unnecessary. And if you feel like you cannot help but doing that, you need to check yourself. That means something is not right, and you need to heal, because you have rage in you that you cannot contain. And so yeah, be respectful, stay respectful. We are both human beings. Nobody is below or above the other person, and everybody deserves to be respected. Point number 3 is have a monthly meeting. So to avoid the build up of resentment or anger, of rage, when you decide to have a monthly meeting, you can talk about all the stuff that you didn't appreciate. And I'm saying monthly is just a reference, but if you want to do it weekly, or even for some people every day, but weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whichever works best for you. But that will help you to solve the problems before they become like huge and they turn into resentment. So once you identify that something is not right, that the person has done something that has offended you, or if the person identified the same thing, you can write everything in a notebook, a journal, and then when you have the meeting, you talk about that calmly. You won't be in the heat of the anger or the argument. It will be written somewhere, and then when you have the meeting, try to have it outside of your normal circumstances, because changing the environment helps to calm down already, because you're not going to argue in public, at least for most people. And so try to do that. This is something that is very many of the psychologists, couples therapy coaches, they advise their clients to do that, because it really works. So try that. So before we get to the next point, I wanted to remind you that I have a one-on-one coaching service. So if you are interested in working with me, you can reach out using the link in the description box. I also have a blog, so if you like to read, I talk about the same kinds of subjects. Please give it a try, and thanks in advance. So my next point is take a break when needed. So when you are arguing, when you are in conflict, take a break. If you need to breathe, if you need to go for a walk, it's better to do that rather than being disrespectful, like I was talking about in the previous point. So if you feel like this is too much, you cannot handle this anymore, just excuse yourself. Tell your partner that you need to go for a walk to avoid saying things that are going to hurt them. And even you should talk about that in advance, so when you get together, you can tell them, okay, this is how I this is how I react when we have conflict, so it's better for me to take a break and go away and come back. And so they're not surprised, or they don't think that you're doing this just because you want to overlook them or anything. And my last point is, remember, you are a team. When we are arguing, we tend to forget that we are together, we are playing the long game. We want the team to work. I want your happiness, you want my happiness. If we let the argument become our main focus, we forget that we want the team to win. We want this couple to succeed. We want to stay together for the long run. And so try to remember that. Yes, when you are in the middle of the argument, it can be difficult to go back, and that's why emotional intelligence is really important. And so just try to remind yourself that you are a team. Just remember that all the time, because you are a team. In fact, you want the team to win. Okay, so as a recap, how to fight fair. So number 1 is stay in the current fight. Number 2, stay respectful. Number 3, have a monthly meeting. Number 4, take a break when needed. And number 5, remember, you are a team. So my challenge for you today is identify a time where winning was more important for you than your couple, than your team. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share if you like what I do here. And If you have questions or video suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. So my question for you today is, what do you do to keep the conflicts down? So I'm not saying that no couple should have arguments never again. That's not what I'm saying. But how do you manage to keep the conflict down? So that's it for today. I hope this video helps. Until next time, I wish you a good week, and I will see you later. Bye, and thanks for watching.